Japan just snap decoy? Let's see.
The Japanese are quickly losing their country, but when they speak out against it, they get attacked by exactly that. As in Saitama City, Japan, their elected leader marched against a foreign festival for allegedly having ties to terror, and even though he was surrounded with police protection,
Base.
somebody had no problem walking up and smacking him.
Okay. One deported. Cool. Can we move on? ¡Llámete! Put the guy in jail and deport him.
And as another masked non-Japanese man tried to steal the camera, another angle shows the police getting splashed with an unknown substance.
Llámate.
As their group had no issue shoving police, as apparently he was with the guy that hit the city councilor. Why even supply
What?
law enforcement if all they're gonna do is provide a barrier for them to hide behind and basically refuse to make any arrests? As the internet's explanation goes into the tensions between the Japanese nationalists and foreigners for potentially having ties to a group their home country had designated as terror. But when you look at the
Yes.
Japanese articles, that roughly translate to admitting the assault occurred, with the authorities refusing to release information on the investigation.
What?
Including
What?
the article on how this was a Kurdish festival, where they put on national costumes, held hands, and danced to folk music. Why the hell were they compelled to include any of that, as if anybody seeking the article on the attack needed to know the peaceful aspects of the gathering, not the several
Okay.
assaults that occurred, both on their elected
Sure.
leader and the police, which just lets us know Japan is suffering from the same liberal nonsense we are in the US.
Everyone always tells me that it's just a lunchbox and that it's not that deep. But it is. And I'm going
What?
to take you down with me. Because the bento
What?
box is also a symbol of Japanese
What?
empire. Patriarchy in any
Oh
country
my
is always
God.
going to be closely linked to national.
Oh my god. You send it to the loony bin. Oh my fucking god. What the hell? Okay.
Nationalism, because women quite literally make humans and are socializing them for the next
what?
generation of laborers.
Jesus
But it is
Christ.
also a direct correlation with how much you love your country. Because those lunchboxes are not only beautiful, but they're also really
This-
well thought out in terms of nutrition.
What?
So there's
Oh,
this
so-
spirit of wanting to raise these really
Oh
strong
my
and
God,
healthy
this is so
citizens
retarded.
for the nation. I always get the ick because it just reeks of nationalism, whether it's subconscious or not. I think so. For someone like me
What?
who teaches
Oh my
gender in
God.
Japan, it's really difficult
Gen-
for me to come
gen-
in and say,
what?
"Hey, that's actually oppression."
Nonsense like this just reminds
Your breakfast is operation, guys. Jeez, Luis.
us that being recreationally offended is no longer exclusive to America, as nobody actually struggling in life or is providing something useful to society has the time or even the drive to figure out how lunch is oppressing us. But the scary
Yeah, breakfast is very dangerous, guys. You can get fat. You eat too much. That's it.
part is, it's like they all deploy the same playbook on how to destroy a country from within. As of 4 days after the original attack, there have been no public arrests, sparking anger amongst the country, with
What? Why? You clearly see the guy smacking the other guy. So put the guy in jail and deport. It's easy.
even this random Japanese YouTube video explaining with oddly AI translated speech.
The two main people who attacked the group in the defensive terrain could have been arrested on the spot. Saitama Prefecture confirmed that the organizer, the Japan Kurdish Cultural Association, had been designated by the Turkish government as a terrorist support group related to the PKK, and gave permission for the performance on
Jesus.
the condition that the flags of political organizations would not be displayed in advance. But what actually happened? Items such as badges that were thought to be related to the PKK were being sold at the event. It has
Oh my
also been
God.
confirmed that some people were walking around wearing the flags of combat units. Furthermore, the violence and attacks on the police by Kawamoto were unforgivable. When asked why they arrest people and why they don't arrest them, the police officers honestly said that they can't finish them off because they come in groups. As you can
What? Just spray them.
see from the video, when trouble occurs, they all gather together like this, and they intimidate you.
It's insane to think that local PD can be overwhelmed by such a small, aggressive group to the point
Well, if the local police shoot one, then the other will fall immediately. It is what it is. Yeah, you know the answer, but they don't want to do it because that is racist, guy. Shoot a bad guy is racist.
that neither their politicians nor their police are safe. But sadly, we've seen the same exact scenario play out in basically every single country that's asked
Yeah.
to provide mass
Of course.
sanctuary. As high trust societies will always find, their soft on crime approaches pathetically ineffective against those who don't respect their culture. I just think of that Takashi from Japan channel, illustrating how immigration can be great when paired with assimilation.
And you will never be Japanese. Doesn't matter how much, Japanese you speak or
I like that, Takashi, yeah. In general, it's okay.
if you get naturalized as a citizen, it doesn't matter.
True.
But,
You come legally and you do everything to get your residency. Everyone is okay with that, I think.
I appreciate Japan.
They tend to be the kind of foreigner that is loud, kind of get looked down on by Japanese people, and that reflects on the rest of us, like all foreigners.
You know how in Japan you're always scared to disrupt others, and you have to be, how can I say it? You have to pay attention to other people's needs.
Yeah, are cool in Japan, man. The train is so silent. Not people listen to music with the speakers or some shit like that. Yeah, it's very cool.
If you just behave like Japanese people, then you'll be accepted. Things like taking off your shoes before you go inside, wearing a mask if you have a cold, don't talk loudly on the train. Japanese people accept if you behave just like them, but in fact you're a guest in the country, so you should behave better.
But when the
Of
newcomers
course,
aggressively
100% base guy.
that's when the Japanese get angry.
Europe, wake up! Japan, wake up! Deport them all!
With massive demonstrations across the country, and anti-immigration marches featuring the Imperial Rising Sun flag.
Good memories.
On a YouTube video I don't understand, other than the no immigration in English.
Okay.
And as a Korean, I don't know how I feel about the Rising Sun flag, but here's the thing. As a Korean American citizen, I don't get to speak on what Japan should do to best serve the Japanese citizens.
Yeah.
But for some reason, in this state of globalized social media, we repeatedly see
Yeah, we all have opinions in every country, even is not our own. But sure. It's just an opinion, and we try to be logical about it.
foreign countries chiming in on what you need to do in your country while completely refusing the same in their own. As Japanese politicians warn how mass migration could make them the next Europe. Also explaining how anybody calling the Japanese racist for being against open borders are likely Russian bots. It's almost like everything we're seeing in Western society is coincidentally occurring in every first world Asian country,
Yes.
with the exception of the BRICS nation countries. Oddly inorganic bot farms push for more open borders to
Well, I don't know about that, but maybe.
avoid population collapse, then conservative movements push back, only to be framed as racist. But at least the Japanese elected a leader, putting preserving their culture over potential
Gee, it's tough. I like it.
population collapse. As yes, Japan, like Korea and even the US, have massive concerns about the declining birth rates. But honestly, with AI and advancing technology, I don't see it being as big of an issue as it would have a century ago. As
No,
humanoid
it's
robots
not
are
an
quickly
issue.
becoming a reality. With Tesla's Optimus rapidly advancing, even still in its first iteration, is basically able to do everything in the house. As every single argument from mass migration argues who will do the low-wage mundane work while completely ignoring how AI and automation will be taking
Yeah. But to be fair, AI is super retarded, man. So, yeah. Give it a few years at least. Jesus.
basically every single entry-level position within
Yeah. Love you, Decoy. Good video.